Hello, everyone. Good evening from London. This is Yogi here. I hope you're well. Guess what? This is Wednesday, and this is our stitch along day. So today we're going to be working together on Kim Jacobs' pieces. And even if you're not doing the SAL, just bring a project with you and let's stitch together. So today I've got a couple of pieces of design from Kim, and last week I worked on dry flowers, and I absolutely love that piece. But this is also from Kim as well, quite a slightly different kind of style here. So let me quickly show you the full markup here. It's a sweet, sweet, beautiful piece, and you can never be too soon to work on Valentine theme designs. And look at this, so whimsical, full of heart shapes, and there are two little cats in front of the left side of the settees there, and just in case you missed that. And the color scheme is to die for. It's just so beautiful and so romantic as well. So this is the piece I'm going to be working on, and I am working on 14 counts Ada. So this is a slightly unusual. All my 14 count project have been the sort of cross stitching kits that I purchased throughout the years. So the first 14 count project that I kitted up. And for some reason, when I look at this design, I just see 14 counts in my head. I can almost see those big crosses and kind of quite loose in style for this piece. So this is what I'm sort of fabric count of my choice. And also I'm using DMC rather than CXC. So it's got slightly glossier finish there, and I think it will be perfect for this piece. And let me just quickly show you my progress on this piece at this point. So I'm using Saga to track this piece. So at this point, I'm on, let me bring out the stats here. So if you look at the upper left there, it says progress. I'm on 3% right now, 0.1. Very important there. And today I'm going to just start a new sort of, how do I define this? Sprint, yes. And so the app, you can just create a sprint, and it's basically just a counter for the time and also the stitch count as well, just for fun. You know, I'm not aiming to finish this piece by the end of today's session, but, you know, I'd like to know how many stitches I'll be working on and just give you the kind of a sense of where I am right now. This is a mini piece, by the way, and let me just bring that on as well. This is a mini, so I'm not doing too badly considering I've only started this piece maybe a few weeks ago. I just decided to dive into this design. So let me bring that on. Oh, bring on the wrong piece. See, absolutely professional here. And that's a beautiful piece as well. So, and I'm going to start from this point, zoom in. And last time I kind of explained a little bit of how I go about to work on this piece. So I use this feature from Saga here. If you're not familiar with the app, no worry, not to worry at all. I am basically using this feature where you can create a user-defined area, and I'm using the 6 blocks as my area here, and I can move to any part of the design and just focus on this area, and all the calculation, the stats, stitch counts, all based within this area as well. So it's very, very interesting way of working. And I'm working from minimum number of stitches based on color and flow upwards. So it's a different way of stitching. So today my plan is I'm going to start working on the border here. And if I get bored of these sort of more plain colors, I'll move down below and work on this multicolor area as well. So I can switch back and forth and they're kind of independent in that sense. So that's my plan today. So let me quickly look at the chat today. Who have we got? River. Oh, River says it's going to be a little bit late today, but I'll be here. Fantastic. And let me just turn that on a little bit. And oh, and River says hi. I hope you make it back. We'll be here for a little bit. Adventures is here. She says, hey, happy SAL day. I'm going to be getting my Valentine's Nook as well. Wonderful. We can work on this piece together. It's so beautiful, isn't it? So pretty. And Suzanne is here as well. Hi, Suzanne. Hope you're having a good day. And Sarah. Oh, Sarah says, hi, Alicia. I think it's Adventure. Just watched your whip parade this morning. Wow. So, by the way, Adventures of Stitching is a floss tuber as well. So go ahead and check out her YouTube channel after this live stream. And Sarah says hello to everyone. Oh, is this Soja? Soja says hi everyone, welcome. And Griety, I am still continuing to butcher your name, I'm pretty sure, but she says hello everyone. And she bought a big project. If you want to know what it is, go on to our group, our Facebook group, and check out her post. And Steve is here as well. Hi, Steve. And Nikki is here as well. And Jay. Hello, Jane. Welcome, everyone. So I am going to bring up my app and also just give you some visual reference. Might be interesting to look at the sort of stitch selections here. And also underneath, you've got the reference of the markup as well. So, this piece has been calling me for a little while. And I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. I'm going to start from the border section. The reason I'm working block by block each area, 6 blocks at a time, is because this piece, if you look at the markup, it's got this built-in border here, which is lovely. But at the same time, you know, there can be slight sort of boredom factor, particularly with me. I like to work with variety of colors. And so my strategy is to go back to the border area. Whenever I'm in a mood, sometimes, you know, you just want to stitch simple colors. And whenever I get a little bit, you know, fatigued, then I move somewhere that's a little bit more colorful, and so on and so forth. And because of this way of working, I'm not parking at all. So whatever I do within the area is completely independent. So that's quite a different way of working, and I'm really looking forward to see what happens here. So once again, I'm using DMC 2-strand 2/1. So let's go, and let me know what projects you're working on, whether you're working on Kim's piece or anything you fancy. Please share. I love to know what you're working on as we're live here together. And everybody's saying hellos to everyone. And oh, I've got to go and watch that whip parade. And Essie's here as well. Essie says good evening. And Rose is here as well. Hello, Rose. Welcome. And let me move my little cupcake over there. And my needles down here as well. Absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to turn on my first color, and I've got a thread here already threaded because that's the last color I was working on, like, and I kind of just left it there. So let's start from there. Nice and big stitches, really fun to do. Oh, Suzanne says it's Fox night and I'll start sewing room Saturday. Are you still waiting for the fabric? I remember you said you're still waiting for the material to arrive. And before I forget, let me just paste in our Facebook group link in the chat. So if anyone would like to join us, you're most welcome. Let me just paste it in and then pin it on top of the chart. Beautiful. So nice and big stitches here. And even though this area looks quite plain, but there's a variation of pink and beige. It's kind of blended together. It's really, really pretty. And I think I might have missed the stitch, my incorrect location. One stitch off, one grid off. Let me quickly undo. I'm warming up, guys. So if I'm going to make mistakes, it will be about now. So these are my first stitches of the day. I was so eager. I was hoping to place a few more stitches on my Gecko Rouge project earlier on, but I just got so busy. So this is the first time today I'm able to sit down and just take a breath. Because today I did many classes in the daytime. And I love every session, and I can teach back to back 3-4 classes, no problem. But once I'm done, I need to sit down and just lie down sometimes. It's not a physical strength that you need to teach yoga, it's the mental strength. You know, that whole energy that you pass on to your students. And sometimes, you know, you have limited tank there. Once that kind of run out, physically I still have a lot of energy, but mentally I just need to just let it go for a few moments, you know, for the rest of the day a lot of times. Hey, Heather is here. And hello, Heather. No, you're not late for the party. We've just started. We're warming up the needles, warming up the wrist, everybody. You know, internal and external rotate your wrists and warm up the rest of the body as well. So, and Nikki says, I'm working on my studio. Have you just started, Nikki? Or did you start last week? I can't remember. I don't remember seeing your web pictures. But that's a beautiful piece from Kim. Anything with sewing machine in the design is a winner. And Silja says, I watch your live from yesterday, Yogi, I'm really tempted to buy the craft cupboard, but my credit card is rebelling against it. I know, I know. I totally get it. I totally get it. But you know what? With projects like that, if you just put a little bit of money on the side, some coffee money or some whatever money, and just a little bit at a time, you never know. Within months, you'll have enough reserve to buy the project of your lifetime. But no forcing, you shouldn't feel like you have to get it or. It is a lot of money. It is a lot of money for sure. Your money is rebelling. These colors are so subtle. Suzanne says my stuff from Dream Stitch came this morning, and the fairy floss. Wow, fairy floss is absolutely lovely. And I also have new needles. Wow, which brand, Suzanne? Are you getting some of those buttery needles that everybody's raving about? There's a butter, not buttering knife, but butter needles. Apparently, they stitch like butter. Two more over here. I mean, 6 blocks is kind of my comfort zone for this fabric count anyway. Beyond that, I think I've tried a block of 8 on 25 counts. It just feels I felt a little bit lost. But 14 counts with 6 blocks, I'm feeling pretty good. Because if it's too large, your eyes have to go everywhere. And for me, it's a little bit of a struggle. I like to work within kind of tighter area. And 4 over there. Let me just make sure that I'm in the right place. 4. And I'm going to move up here. Nikki says, I started this Saturday. Oh, how exciting. The speed you were stitching, you're probably already 5%. Because Nikki started like the old kitchen, which is one of the pieces I'm working on. I've been working on that piece, half stitches, mind you, and probably over, on and off, obviously, juggling with other projects. I've been working on that project for about 3 months, 4 months. I started kind of this year sometime. And already, I think Nikki's already ahead of me. She's just started like a few days ago, a couple of days ago or something like that. So there you go. Oh, Suzanne says, I've got 2 new ballpoint needles. Okay. And also got a pack with a fairy kit. And those are really awesome. And 2 other packages, I can't remember. Wow, it's like Christmas then. I love getting parcels when it comes to stitching. It's just like, even needles, I get excited. Even the needles I know. It's just the fact that more needles, fantastic. And move it slightly over to the side here. Let's get a better view. These colors just so pretty together. They look like little beads. And I know someone in the chat, I can't remember who it was now, is working on this piece as well. And if I remember correctly, you're working on smaller, on a higher fabric count. So I'm really interested in knowing what it looks like with smaller stitches. You know, the same design can look very, very different on different fabric counts and different type of stitches even. And according to the app, I have over 100 stitches remain on this block with this color. Amazing. Doesn't look like that much. And I've got 1, 2, 3. And Steve, how are you getting on with the castle piece? How far have you gone with the beautiful sky? the endless horizon. So I'm going to end this right here rather than taking all the way down. There are a few more stitches at the bottom here, but I'm going to end it to keep it tidy. River is back. Welcome back. Really well done. Hey, Tracy's here as well. Tracy says, hi everyone. Hope you had or are having a great day. Beautiful. I think everybody's on different time zone. There are a few people on this side of the world in Europe, and a lot of you, probably you're still in the daytime. Probably majority of you, which is very nice. Let me stitch these two here and use up the floss. And with 2 strands, 14 counts, you do use up the floss, the threads quite fast, which is a little bit shocking because with my 1/1 with DMC, I just use tiny bit of thread each time and you can stitch a whole bunch. But this, I constantly have to bring on new threads. It's a little bit shocking. Let me see. Jammed a little bit. Steve says, thank you for asking. It's going really well. I have a couple of 100 stitches from completing the second page. Well done. It does require a little bit of patience and willpower getting through a lot of sky. But, you know, it's going to be a beautiful piece, I think. Tuck it in and end the thread here. Just cut this bit off as well. Oh, so subtle, the colors. Grieti says, in my countries now, 10 p.m. Oh, I think you're in Netherlands, aren't you? Same as Joyce. So you're 1 hour ahead of me. Or is it 2 hours? If you were 10 p.m., yes, you're 1 hour ahead. So it's nice to have a few viewers here in this side of the world, so I don't feel so lonely being in the evening. Everybody's still in the daytime having their lunch. Right, so I am going to give, I think I'm probably going to keep going with this color. Why not? I'm feeling okay. If I need a break from this color, I'll move down here, no problem. It's nice to have a strategy. So 225 is this beautiful color. 225. So 225 is actually pink. I think normally my eyes get more fatigue when I stitch. When I stitch something that's kind of white or off-white or light grey, my eyes get really tired. But this one is perfectly okay. This is pink. Oh, Janelle's here. Janelle is 6 a.m. in Australia, isn't it? And you're actually on the following day on Thursday. Goodness. So it's not Stitch Along Wednesday. It's SAL Thursday for you. It's okay. It's still a SAL day on Thursday. Wow. And Tracy says it's 4 p.m. I'm still working. Wow. Yes, 4 p.m. would be still within working hour. And I'm going to move down here and start working, filling in this area here. Nice and big stitches to here. And River is working on rustic farm stitch. It's a beautiful piece. Beautiful piece there. It's very sandy, isn't it? Kind of orangey, sandy kind of color palette. I saw it on our Facebook group there. And so with lighter color, particularly 2 strands, I do make a little bit more effort to kind of keep the threads not twisting over each other. I mean, it doesn't really show with darker colors. It's a bit more easygoing, but I find, particularly with DMC floss, because they tend to be slightly shinier. So if the stitches are uneven in terms of, the threads start to twist over each other, you can see it a little bit more. I'm sure when you zoom out, you probably don't notice, but as I'm stitching, I can notice that. So what I tend to do, I don't do the full-on rail rolling. I'm not that hardcore, but normally I just run the thread through my finger a little bit before I release. Just kind of keep it a little bit more tidy and even as much as I can, within reason. I know some people make a bit more effort by threading the needle through between 2 strands. I don't do that. It's too much work. I'll be fine. It will look lovely. Heather says 1 p.m. here. Where are you, Heather? Which area? Not your home address. Please don't. Please don't. Please don't give us your home address. Just the general area of the world. Lisa is here. Lisa says, hello, everyone. Welcome, Lisa. Let me know if you're stitching and what you're working on. Oh, this is so good to stitch. And this piece of fabric, I actually grabbed from another kit I bought, a 14 count cross stitching kit. And I can't even remember where it came from. I must have used a different fabric for the piece. So this one's kind of left over and it's perfect for this piece. It's got slight blue tint to it. You probably can't see very well because of the lighting, but it's got slight sky blue tint to the fabric. It's lovely. Oh, it's 1 p.m. where Lisa is as well. Very nice. Your day has just begun, just about after lunch. And I am going to, why don't I come down here rather than, it's very tempting just cross the block and keep stitching, but I want to keep it relatively organized so I don't get lost if I get too ambitious. And drinks of choice, multiple drinks. I've got some leftover coffee from earlier on, so black coffee, and I've got a freshly brewed peppermint tea as well. It's my usual evening drink. And let me know what you're drinking. Griety says, I'm working on my project Fox staring at night. The pattern is only 2 pages away from finishes. Oh, amazing. So now I'm embroidery very slowly. Oh yeah, you do embroidery as well. How lovely. I think a lot of cross stitchers kind of cross over to different type of stitching as well, embroidery and all sorts. Oh, Lisa is working on mini dry flowers. Lovely. 18 counts, 2/1 for cross. That sounds lovely. I love to see the photo, the pics later on. You will post on our group. 18 counts, 2/1. Steve's drinking iced coffee. It's still warm where you are. Very nice. It's actually quite warm over here in London as well, but slightly cooler, just tiny bit cooler than previous days when we're in the middle of heat wave. I think we're still there, but it's calmed down a little bit, which is quite a relief. Never thought I would say that. I'm gonna miss it in the winter for sure. River says, why does one strand parking get tangled, but not two strands? Does it get tangled with one over one? Oh, it's really hot and humid where Suzanne is as well. So she's got AC on. Is Sweden hot in the summer, I wonder? Probably similar to London, no? To the UK? I think we may be slightly more rainy. River says, Yogi, I feel you on the needles. My husband has stopped asking why I need more needles. I know, it's a mystery for people who don't work this way. Because in theory, you can just do an entire piece with one needle. And but if you dock your needles anywhere, threaded, or, you know, any shape or form, and some people keep hard needles, then you need a whole bunch. And I do go through them quite quickly. So I have to keep topping because majority of them are docked somewhere on my organizer or on my needle board. So never enough needles. Oh, so Suzanne says her building where she lives retains a lot of heat. Yeah, that could be. I think so the building I'm living in is kind of Victorian house. It's kind of old building, and I'm on the ground floor, and also there's something called lower ground. It's not basement. It's got windows looking out to the patio. It's quite typical for this kind of building, and the temperature between the ground floor and the lower grounds could be about 10 degrees Celsius difference because the walls and floors are so thick with this type of buildings that it's very hard to penetrate below ground. So if I need to escape from the heat, I can just walk downstairs instantly. It's like walking into a fridge. It's about 10-15 degrees lower, which is nice though on hot days. 1, 2, let me see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Here, one more. Two more here. Hello, Carla. Carla says freezing here in South Africa. Is it Ermelo? I'm pretty sure I butchered that as well. I'm very good at butchering names. In South Africa, it's freezing in South Africa. I thought, wow, two degrees Celsius. That's crazy. I didn't know South Africa could get that cold, and particularly in the summer as well. Nikki says I find DMC more tangly until wet. So you wet them with water. That's an interesting thing that you mentioned there. Because a lot of people have issues with CXC because they're quite fluffy. So in theory, they should tangle more. But I think you could be right. For some reason, yeah, DMC does snag a bit more easily, which is quite weird because they tend to be quite shiny and glossy and quite silky as well. So I don't know what that is about. Carla says, made really good progress on my Kim Jacobs fireside embroidery. Beautiful piece. 5%. Goodness, what size is it? Is it mini or is it regular size? 5% is like a lot, even for mini, considering we just started. Been catching up on lives in a day. Yes, thank God everything's archived, so people who can't be here live, they can still watch the stream. So I think a lot of people watch in their own time. Let me have a sip of my peppermint tea. Have I said it correctly? Amelo. There you go. And Nikki asked, when and where do you want us to post our progress? Well, after the session, if you have a few moments and upload, I've got a post ready there. I'll be posting the heading part of it, and you can post your whips underneath if you want to, or you can create your own post, however you want to do it. This is not homework, and the group is yours, so you can do whatever you want. Carla says it's a high altitude. Wow, I had no idea. Right, Carla says it's mini, but 5% is a lot. I'm just looking at my piece. I'm barely like, goodness, 3%. And I started this before our SAL week started. And I think my dry flower, I'm trying to remember, maybe under 10. So your progress is very, very fast. Amazing. I need to catch up. Heather's in Canada. Vancouver Island, that sounds like paradise for sure. Canada just sounds so peaceful. We never hear anything bad coming from Canada, have you? Do you even have crimes? I don't know. It just seems like so peaceful. It's so nice. I can just keep stitching with the same color. How refreshing. It's a nice rest from confettis. Definitely, it's a holiday. Just go big stitches and just keep going with the same color. Grace is here in the chat. Grace says, hello, Yogi and everyone. I'm working on dry flowers as well. Wonderful. Oh, I would love to see everybody's pieces because everybody is having different fabric counts, different stitching styles. So excited. Nikki says, my floss cards look so different between CXC and DMC. CXC silky, straight. DMC crinkle and unruly. Crinkle and unruly. Sounds like someone I know. And when you take DMC out of the floss card, it's a curly mess for me. Oh, do you find that? I think mine are okay. If my organizer looks messy, that's mostly me. But my floss are kind of okay, not too bad. Unless you're using, I don't think you're using bobbins, do you? I think if you just leave them loose like this, they seem to be okay. But it's an interesting observation. The DMC actually snag a little bit more easily than CXC. I think CXC generally is kind of a surprise for most people because first of all, they look very fluffy. So you wouldn't think they provide very good coverage, but they actually, provide really good coverage. They're actually thicker than DMC, and they're quite easy to work with. But I've also heard people don't like CXC because of the fluffiness. They just feel like it's not very sort of, solid to work with, which I understand. I think it's just getting used to the texture there. It's just a different type of material. You just need to know how to handle it. But I like the varieties. I love DMC as well. For this piece, it's perfect because it's slightly shiny. You can almost see that sort of slight reflection. Not quite reflection, but glossiness. I wouldn't want this on dry flowers though, because dry flower is so earthy. I don't want any shininess for my dry flowers. So CXC is perfect for that piece. Oh, Suzanne, do you wax your threads as well? I'm too lazy to do that, to be honest. No chance of me doing that. Have I? Let me do. Oh, Suzanne is here. Suzanne Barnes says, no, Susan. I kept mixing the two Susans up. It's Suzanne and Susan. Susan says, hello from Wisconsin. I'm working on a Peary 18 counts, 2 over 1, another 18 count. Lovely. And that's a great choice, actually. The stitches are not too big, like 14, but not too small as well. It will create really interesting effect and texture. That's a great choice as well in terms of pattern. Roxy says also DMC is 100% cotton, CXC is polyester. I think it's a mixture of half and half, if I remember correctly. I think someone mentioned that. And yeah, it's a very sort of different type of texture when you stitch as well. They're both interesting to work with. One more here, charging forward with my stitches. They're so pretty, this color. You know what? Because I finished this block of 6 here, and it's much darker. And I look at a pattern, I go, wow, this border here, it's kind of much lighter. And I was wondering how these two colors are going to blend together. And it actually looks quite good, even though, you know, this bit is much sort of lighter, and there's a kind of half finish here as well. It's really interesting. I thought it was going to look quite strange. You never know until you stitch it. And I'm done with this block here. I'm going to move down here. How exciting. I'm going to go from bottom up until I run out of my thread. Adri's here. Hello, Adri. What are you working on today? And so River is drinking cold coffee as well, iced coffee. Oh, so Grace, you just run your threads through wet sponge. Wow. That might be better with than wax, because I have tried running my threads through wax before, once upon a time, and I find it very sort of sticky, and I didn't really see the benefit, to be honest, because generally I don't really find issues with my thread kind of tangling. Occasionally happens, but not too badly, not to the point that I want to kind of make that much effort to do that. It's very interesting, but I know some people wax their threads quite religiously. It's kind of like a ritual, isn't it? More than anything. 1, 2, 3. Just make sure I'm on the right spot there. Adri is still working. Yes, Adri was working in the airport, but she's about to finish. You can go home and do some stitching with us. Steve is also doing 2/1 18 counts. Oh, for some reason I looked at your piece. I thought they were smaller. So 18 isn't too bad at all. And he says, but that's hard, that hard, stiff stuff that prevents your needle from finding holes. Oh, does it get really jammed? All the stitches. Are you doing cross country, like a mini cross country, if I remember correctly? 18 counts shouldn't be too bad. It depends on the, really depends though. Because look at your pictures. I thought they were like 25 or something. 25 counts. I am going to end this thread here. Just do a quick tuck in. Lovely. Ooh. I just checked my stitch count. Suzanne says, when I first got Arrow floss, I was a little shocked how it was because it wasn't like DMC. Is it a brand? But working with it feels like, whoa, oh. But I really like working with that. Wow. Suzanne is very adventurous. Oh, sorry, my chat is not rolling. Totally missed a whole bunch of messages. Oh, Joyce is here. Is she? Where's Joyce? I didn't see Joyce messages. And oh, Joyce is here. Joyce says, I'm going to start stitching on dry flowers at last. But you've started, haven't you? You put in quite a few stitches already. Come, take a break from your homework and play with us for a little bit. Frolic. I'm going to take 2 more strands here. My chat is now scrolling for some reason, so I totally got stuck there. Adri. I'm glad. Well, considering Adri is working at the airport and the fact she's still excited looking at the airplane is kind of nice. She's not blasé about it. Heather says collecting needles, floss, and fabric is a completely different hobby. Absolutely, because stitching is just one element of it. Obviously, that's the manifestation of, stitching the materials on the fabric, but is which floss, you go for, and what needles, and all the surrounding, accessories. Yeah, it's a full-time job, seriously. But that's all part of the fun, even things like creating floss organizers and stuff like that, just organization of it all. It's all part of the fun. Doing my best to keep the threads nice and even within reason. And let me see 2 more here. Heather says she's working on a hay 25 counts 1/1. I think for a lot of people 25 count is kind of the go-to fabric count for hay stitches. And oh, there you are. Yes, Joyce, I can see you. I was totally lost with the chat. Jacqueline says, yes, I love my Canada. Yeah, it does sound really peaceful, because all the pictures I ever see from Canada is always, you know, the maple leaves, maple syrup, all the maple products. No, and a lot of snow as well. I remember growing up looking at pictures of Canada. It's always snow and forest. Sounds lovely. Carla says, Yogi and everyone. Carla, I thought you were here. Or is it a different Carla? I'm pretty sure you were here before. Oh, Carla Hill. We have two Carlas here. Carla Hill and Carla Rebello. I see. I thought we seeing deja vu. I thought, oh yeah, Carla, you were here before. I'll just say hello to you. Silja says, I have to go. Have a good rest of the evening. Thank you for dropping by and come back to us again. We stream every day, so come join us. And Natalia, hello. Natalia has joined the chat. And Carla Rebello is coming from Portugal. Yes, of course, I remember you. You have joined us many times. I'm just terrible with names. I'm doing my best, trying to match the names to the location. So I still get mixed up. But considering I can barely remember my own phone number, you know, I like to think I'm doing fairly okay. Could be a lot worse, right? All these stitches are so good to do. It's like soul food, you know, different cuisines. Sometimes you want 25 stitches, you know, 25 counts, you know, a really intricate piece. And sometimes you want this quite sort of chunky, hearty stitching experience. And it's so pretty as well. So I love it. The stitching experience is just totally different. I love it. Adri's heading home. Safe journey. And come join us as soon as you get home. It's an order. All right, Adri? Follow the order. Susan says, I started a 10-stitch project. I like it on 25 counts. Okay, do you do 1/1, 2/1, right? Just confused about continental stitch and 10-stitch. If it really matter. Continental stitch, is it similar? I think continental stitch, I kind of associate it, I think it's very similar. I kind of associate it to needle point. Is it just stitch in slightly different order? They still look like 10 stitches, but I think with needle point, you're kind of creating fabric from underneath. So you kind of wrap around rather than 10 stitches. I think you could do any way as long as it comes out as 10. I think with cross stitching, people are a little bit more relaxed in terms of order, but with needle points, you do need to follow the order or you're going to end up with uneven back, I think. I stand for correction if anybody can chip in. That's from my recollection. Oh, Suzanne asks, Yogi, how large is that project on 14 counts? You mean this one? How large? In terms of measurement, I have no idea. It's because I did a calculation. There's a website there. I use it to calculate the amount of fabric I need plus margins. Why don't I share that link? Because it's a really good website I've been using for years. It looks quite basic, but it's a very good site to use. I haven't had problem with that. Let me just share that link as well. It's a very useful, it looks like a website from 1998, but it's useful. It's very useful. So there you go. That's the fabric calculator, so to speak. Some of you might already know, but the actual size, I have no idea. But I use the link I just sent. So you know, if you grab the, I can give you the actual count of the stitches. I think they're standard mini. Well, this is a standard mini, so the stitch count should be the same. What will be cross stitch? Let me see. I can't get to my pattern keeper right now, but it's a standard mini, and if you just put in the stitches, you won't know how big my fabric is. I just follow the website. So I never remember numbers. Oh, I'm sure there are probably apps. They can do the calculation as well. Yes. But this website is really good. It looks really basic, but does the job. Oh, Susan says, yes, on the surface, both continental and 10 stitches, they look identical pretty much, but it's about what happens at the back. So it's a sequence of where you put a needle through. I would say 10 stitches on, as far as cross stitching goes. I do either. I would do something that might consider as 10 stitches versus half stitches, because you don't really create that much fabric. The back is not very thick, so it's not so much a concern comparing to needlepoint. And so I think, with 10 stitches on this type of stitching, you can probably be a bit more relaxed about it as long as the front looks consistent. I think you will be fine. I've got 31 more stitches of this color within this area. So pretty good going, considering it was over 100 just not very long ago. One stitch here. So pretty, look at this. A few more over here. I'm gonna just hop over. I love this way of stitching as well. Just change around, different days, different methods, different projects. I am so happy. There's simple things in life. And I get to stitch with you. I am very lucky. Joy says 10 stitch, you see vertical stitches on the back. And with continental tent, you see slanted stitches. Yes, that's a great way of describing it. Yes, the direction of where you put the needles through. So if you see vertical stitches, then your back will be much thinner. Sometimes needlepoint, stitchers, they do that as well. If they want the back to be nice and thin, or to kind of save the material, because if you wrap over again and again, you create thicker fabric, but it takes up a lot of material as well. So it really depends on what you're trying to make. If you're making a cushion cover, for instance, with needlepoint very often, then you probably want slightly thicker back. But if you're just creating something for decorative effect, like to frame and stuff, then it doesn't matter. You can keep the back fairly thin, do the vertical. So the vertical is the 10 stitch. Okay. I do get confused as well. I know the difference between them, but just not which terminology goes with which one. So, yes, it uses more floss, and there's this smaller risk of slipping stitches. Oh, what is that like then, slipping stitches, Joyce? And Suzanne asks, do you know that in Saga, where you can see where your stitches are, there's a count there, and also the area measurement? Oh, you mean within the highlighted area? Yes, yes. So took me a while to figure that out, but I thought it was so clever, because whatever area, big or small, it calculates, it creates a stack, mini stack within that area. on the fly. So it's quite powerful. So let's say, you know, like I'm doing here, I'm going from minimum number of colors in terms of stitches going upwards. Then, you know, if I change the highlighted area here within that green border, it will recalculate everything from the scratch. So yeah, it's quite really interesting. I think that, you know, this is where Saga kind of shines, because no other apps can do the same. Markup, you can do page by page, but very clumsily, and one page is a pretty large area. It's not the kind of size of area that I felt that comfortable working with at one time. So I wouldn't, I think I tried it once. It was a little bit messy at the end, but Saga is very good with user-defined area that you want to stitch in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One more. River. What? Oh no, is that River? Is are you not drinking cold coffee? No cold coffee for River. Oh, hang on. So Suzanne is referring to the sprint. Let me have a look. What do you mean by that? So you go to the stats and the sprint. Yes, so it does give me, I can bring the screen up. Why not? So it's giving me the stitch count I have accomplished so far. So it's 112, which is not bad at all. Yeah, is that what you're referring to? Oh, Joy says on even weave, your stitches can slip under the fabric. Oh, I see. Oh, that happens sometimes. Is that what it is? I never had a name for it, because sometimes for whatever reason, randomly, I would get, oh, let me remove this screen. I would get kind of threads just sliding like under. It's very unsettling when that happens. And I have no idea why it does that, just randomly. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I don't know what you're referring to, Suzanne. The calculator. Oh, you're referring to the website. I thought you meant Saga. Didn't you say Saga? Let me go back to what you were saying earlier on. I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. Let me just come down here. Yes, Saga does have a calculator kind of thread calculator built in. So it would tell you how much material, as far as floss goes, you will need for the remaining area. Is that what you're referring to? Let me undo that one. That is a different color there. Typing isn't the most efficient way of communicating sometimes. It has its limitations. Joy says, boomerang. Boomerang finish works on the Ada too. Yeah, I'm sure it does. Of course, yes. That name has now become official. That's what everybody's referring. The finishing method too. As boomerang finishing. It sounds like a ninja move. Boomerang. Need to mark as I go, because otherwise I'm get very confused. But 11 more stitches of this color within this area. Amazing. It was over 100 just a little bit ago. I'm gonna take a sip of my, oh, I'm gonna go for my coffee actually. I love my cold coffee. Not iced coffee, cold coffee. I'm not flying. Right. And I've got 2 more to go. Amazing. Right, the last one here. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to end the thread here, find a nice location there, do a little tuck in, and I'm going to check what my next color is. If it's still quite pale in color, I'm going to switch to the area underneath to kind of take a break from pale colors. Just so I'm here. Okay, the next one is kind of light beige, so I'm gonna come back to fill in. I think this might be the last color within the 6 block area, and this is what is so amazing about this way of stitching, because I'm going from minimum number in terms of color, number of stitches for each color going up. So when you get to the final color, literally you can ignore the pattern. You don't have to look at the pattern. You know all the unstitched area is being filled in within the single color. So it's super fast. You can just fly around and just fill in the space. So I will come back and do that in a bit. I just want to give my eyes a little bit of a rest. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to show you what is happening on my app here. So I'm going to unselect this area. So I'm going to move this green box down to the area below here. Move up a little bit. So this is another 6 block area that I was working on previously. It's got more colors here, so I kind of switch back and forth on different areas. Just keep my my eyes relatively, not too fatigued with single color or very similar colors, and also just more fun. So this is, I'm moving down to this area here. So I've been working on here, one more color to go, and I'm going to just move down quite liberally of this area. It looks like a lot of fun here. So here we go. Let me move my little needle minder here. Lovely. Let me take a sip of my tea. Hey, Carrie's here. Carrie says hello. Pop it in for the next 45 minutes. Lovely. I need my yogi fix. That's what I'm here for. You're safe. You're good. And let me know if you're joining us for the stitching. Let me know what you're working on. I love to know what everybody's working on. So here we go. This looks like so much fun. So I'm going to go from the color with least amount of stitches and going upwards. So here we go. Ooh, that looks very exciting already. Right, 169, 169. So it's a lovely silver color. And Kerry's working on Cliffhanger. Amy Stewart. Which piece is that? Cliffhanger. That sounds very exciting. And I'm going to start here. Let me just make sure. Second block. One, two, three, four. It's nice work on slightly darker colors here. Just can't wait to get to the cats. It's gonna take a while, but something to look forward to. Oh, nice and solid with this color. Let me just snip this bit off. I want to know which piece you're working on actually. Let's do a little googly session here, a brief one. Let me just see if I can find it first. Cliffhanger, Amy Stewart. Heaven and Earth. Cliffhanger. That doesn't look right. Let me show you what I'm looking at. Does that look right to you, Kerry? I typed in cliffhanger, Amy Stewart. I see books. That's not cliffhanger, is it? Let me see, Heaven and Earth. Is it this one? Oh my God, let's have a look. Wow, it looks like a photo. That's why I didn't think it, I found a right one. And there's a little person on there. How interesting. Top left. Yeah, I thought it was a photo. It just didn't look like a normal. Oh my God. Oh yeah, I can see this cliff down there. How interesting. My goodness. It'd be interesting to know how those leaves from the books kind of come out with stitches. What fabric count are you working on? You probably need quite tiny ones to show all the details here. Wow, I wouldn't have known this was Amy Stewart. It's very different in style. When did it come out? Oh, August 2016. So it's been nearly 10 years. Wow, very interesting. It's a lovely piece. Let me see. It's 625 by 875. So it's not a kind of regular, well, it's also in portrait kind of shape, which is quite unusual for all the head of sort of Amy Stewart pieces. This is interesting. Very interesting choice there. Thanks for sharing that. 28 counts, yes. Oh, have you? Have you posted in the group? I'd love to have a look. Yes. 28 counts. That's a good choice because you really need kind of smaller stitches to capture all the details there. All those pages from the book. Amy Stewart's style can be quite diverse. Or maybe this was one of her sort of earlier work. I don't know. And let's see over here. It's colorful beads. Heather says, a play on words. These books are cliffhangers. Indeed. Okay, and just slowly move down here very carefully so I don't make mistakes. Two more down here. My end the thread here. And one more. 1, 2, 3. There. Oh, so Carrie just posted it. Let's have a look. Why don't we have a little Facebook session as well? We have the technology. Let me have a look. Let me just make sure that I navigate to the right place and do a little refresh there. So for those of you who are not aware already, we have a Facebook group here. Oh, we've got 70 members. How amazing. Okay, and now, oh, I see it now. Hang on, let me show you to everybody. Here we go. Our browser here. Oh, hang on. Let me browse over here. Wow. That is just the beginning, isn't it? Let's have a look. Goodness. So you're doing block by block or page by page, moving from left to right, correct? It looks really big though, because you're barely touching those, the top of the books area. Wow, that's so pretty though. 28 counts. And is it, oh, you're doing half stitches, you're doing 10 stitches, and looks like 2 over 1, correct? Very nice, very nice. Very, very pretty. Very nice. Thank you for sharing that. It's beautiful. Definitely a big, big, big heart for me. 5%. Right, 10 on 28th. Very, very, really pretty. And by the way, Nikki, Nikki's finished work here. We have to admire this. Nikki, well done. How long did it take you, Nikki? That is so pretty. So this is from Nikki Stitchy on the chat here. Oh, that's so pretty, those colors. And this is also Amy Stewart, is that correct? But totally different in style. Totally different in style. That is very pretty. Very, very pretty indeed. And also, this one, I have to bring it up. So yesterday, I worked on this project on the stream. And lo and behold, Griety actually went and ordered the kit from Gecko Rouge. So she and me, we will be stitching on this epic piece together. So congratulations to Griety. I still don't know how to pronounce the name properly, so I'm just hacking my way through. So forgive me. Beautiful. So this is a wonderful group. If you would like to join, you're welcome to. And I love to see your work on here. You've got a trophy from Joyce. So there you go. You made it. You made it. So Venture is working on the same piece as Nikki as well. It's a popular piece. I've seen that quite a lot, but I haven't seen anybody finish the piece. So really well done, Nikki. It's always lovely to see someone is capable of finishing projects. So refreshing. Such an alien concept for me. 169, 169. At least Nikki's showing everybody that it's possible. It's possible. I'm gonna take 2 strands here. So I've got quite a few stitches to go with this color. I've got, oh, actually not that many, only 12. 12 stitches of this color. Yes, Nikki, it's not a small feat to finish a large piece like that. And so beautifully as well. Oh my God, Alicia, you're doing super size and max color. Man, that's a boss move. That's very hardcore. I haven't done, I don't have anything that's super size at this point. Very dangerous statement to make. Because normally when I say, oh, you know, I don't mind, I don't care about super size pieces, and lo and behold, that'll be the next thing I do. That's normally the case. Let's stitch over here, 1 over here. And then move down. Oh, Adri, I just noticed you're home. Do you live quite close to work? Because it took you no time. Welcome home. Yes, obeying my order. Good girl. So I was lost in the chat. So come join us with a few stitches with your embroidery projects. One over here. Carla says, I put my gecko rouge in face down. Which piece are you working on from Gecko Rouge? Oh, Tracy's done with work, so she can join us. How wonderful. You know, it's Wednesday. Wednesday is practically weekends, right? It's a mini weekend. So, we need to relax. Oh, what's happening here? Why do I have this thing sticking out? How strange. There. to follow the chart quite carefully, or I could just making a lot of mistakes. So Adri says, yes, I live like 20 minutes away from the airport. That's nice, by tube. That's not bad at all for urban traveling. 20 minutes, you're practically there. Because in London, it's not unusual to travel, close to an hour door to door to central London. 40 minutes to an hour is not unusual at all. So you're very lucky. And I think I'm going to end my thread here because there are a few stitches of this color down here. I kind of don't want to take my thread that far away. And with full stitches, it's quite easy to end threads anyway. It's no trouble. So I'm going to just do a quick tuck in and take my thread over there. I just feel better this way. I don't like to carry my threads too far. There. And then I'm going to move down here. That's my move. Oh, I think these ones I've already, have I? 1, 2, 3. That one is done. And, oh, these ones are, let me double check. 1, 2, no, I haven't. Oh, I'm just getting confused. 1, 2. Oh, these 2 are done. Forgot to mark them. That's a problem. Okay, so I've got 3 more to go with these ones over here. I always forget to mark them. Oh, Carla. Okay, in your Facebook group. I was trying to interpret your cryptic message there. Oh, did you post something? Hang on. Your Gecko Rouge? Which piece is that? I don't remember seeing any Gecko Rouge pieces there. Let's have a look. Let me see. Let me have a quick check there. We might have a little looky. Why not? Oh, okay. Wow, is that Gecko Rouge? Let's have a look. That's beautiful. Hang on. Oh, wow. It does have that Gecko Rouge felt to it. Gecko Rouge pieces have that kind of signature. Let me bring up the browser. Here we go. So this is Carla's piece. So these are Gecko Rouge. Yes, definitely. You've got the floss book. Yes, you can't mistake those. Oh, wow. That's so pretty. You've got a matching needle minder as well. So with Gecko Rouge, when you order your kit, you have the option to have a matching needle minder there to match the project you're working on. Oh my God. Oh, so this is a mock-up, right? Not a finished piece. That's very pretty. Oh, that's a heart shape as well. That's very pretty there. Lovely. Lovely. And what fabric count is that then? Let's have a look. Stitching, let's have a look. Let me see. They look about, let me take a guess. 18 count, something like that. Wild guess. Maybe you're ready. Oh, yes, it's 18. 18, 2/1. Very nice. 3.63%. So it's quite a large piece then. It is very cute. Absolutely. That's so sweet though. We get foxes here in London, and occasionally they come into my patio trying to steal cat food by sort of sneaking in from the cat flap. But they're gorgeous, they're beautiful. So thank you for sharing that, Carla. It's pretty. It's nice to see that you know, the people doing Gecko Rouge as well. Yes, the kits are expensive, but you know, they do produce beautiful patterns and kits as well. So I just want to give them some love. It's a UK company. There you go. And it's quite brave to basically only do made to order kits. You know, they don't do pattern only, so they're different from Heaven and Earth. They only specialize in stitching kits. Last one of this color. I'm going to do a quick tuck in here, maybe slightly away. It's a better practice. There. 169. I'm gonna just pop it back. Oh my thread cards here. Adri, make me laugh. Oh, so Adri, you cycle as well. So Adri said, I take my bike to the station, which is about 5 minutes, and the tube is like 20 minutes. So it's a total of 25 minutes. Oh, so you cycle to the train station, and where do you put your bike? Is it one of those rental bikes? That's why you know the system so well. Because I cycle everywhere, so on my Brompton. 3042, that's the next color. 3042. 3042. I've already have 2 strands here waiting for me. Oh, Nikki asks, what do you do when fox comes in? Normally, if they come in through the cat flap, which is at the back door from the kitchen. So if they do come in, it hasn't happened for a while. I think it's probably seasonal. Sometimes they're just more active. And when they come in, to be honest, as soon as I walk toward the kitchen and they hear the footsteps, they will run away. But I had a baby fox once trapped. I think he or she just panicked and run toward my living room and got stuck trying to run up my bay window. So it's kind of like a big windows, and I have blinds, you know, on the windows, and the fox, the baby fox, kind of just got trapped there. I didn't know what to do, so I had to kind of talk to the fox and slowly guide the fox out of the back door. So when that happens, they're actually quite used to human presence, because they practically, they behave like kind of stray dogs. In London, you don't ever see stray dogs, but foxes kind of act like that. The scavengers, they would dig the bins and stuff like that. So And I think in urban area, the foxes, you never heard of foxes kind of attacking cats, but I think in more countryside area, occasionally you hear stories like that, but not very often. They kind of just learn to coexist with, all the pets and people, really. And I know some people keep foxes as pets, even though you're really not supposed to do that. They're not pets. They're not domestic animals. But I've seen that on Instagram. Anything goes on Instagram. Let me see. It's one stitch over here. Nope, wrong spot. Oh, Carla says the Gecko Rouge kid. It's a present from my husband for Valentine's Day. That's so sweet, though. And it's so expensive, and we have to pay off the customs. Oh, right. If you ship the kit to where you are, yes, shipping is a beast. Yeah, I was talking about that yesterday. Even in the UK, I spent over £500 on a kit. They still charge me handsomely for the shipping. No free shipping for Gecko Rouge. So I can imagine international shipping is going to be a little bit brutal. But hopefully, it's worth it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm trying to figure out where I am. 3. I think it's just one of those things, you kind of have to look at it like a special gift for yourself, from yourself, or from someone else, if you can get someone else to buy it. If you're lucky enough to get someone else to buy it for you. Three here. Oh, right, Adri, you actually put your bike in the garage. Wow, is this secure? I probably wouldn't be so lucky in the UK. I mean, it's always the saddles get taken though. If you have Brooks saddle, they're actually quite sellable, and they get nicked a lot very easily. One more down here. I'm flying with these big crosses. John asks, have you tried a new thread ending? Are you referring to our boomerang ending? Jan, were you here yesterday? We created a new name. It's official now. The ending that Natalia taught us, brought to us, like that guy, the potato guy in France, importing, introducing potatoes to France. Natalia introduced this method to us, and Joyce actually named it boomerang method. Is that what you're referring to? No, it's official. You have to refer it as boomerang, or you get spanked once or twice, maybe twice. Carla says the kit, the one with foxes, costs about €200. Yeah, that sounds about right. With Gecko Rouge plus shipping. Yeah. And you've got a needle minder as well. Yep. I think on average, even the small pieces, we're talking maybe 60, £70 UK money, minus shipping. That's just how they roll. Nikki says it will cost 21 US dollars, but no customs. How much do customers charge? Are you referring to Gecko Rouge kits? Well, Nikki, you can always do a simulated checkout to see how much it costs before you check out. Just don't check out for real. It would calculate for you based on your location, I think. It would be very tempting to actually check out for real. So beware, Nikki, beware. And you're very lucky. You actually got the pattern from them before they turn into a stitching kit only company. They don't do pattern only anymore, which is kind of clever and quite brave as well. So they're not trying to position themselves as another heaven and earth. They're specializing kind of quite, unique stitching kits made to order. So that's kind of their marketplace. John says, I love referring to the boomerang method. It's official. And she says, for some reason, it still comes undone. Interesting. It's really secure though, because I actually demonstrated a couple of times, and I literally have trouble trying to remove it. So it should be quite secure, I think. 2 more here. Carla says, time for bed. Night-night, everyone. Carla, enjoy your beauty sleep and come back to join us. You can stay with us in your dream. Yes. And have a lovely sleep. Oh, Natalia says, the cemetery. Yes, I couldn't pronounce it. I've been there, so I remember vividly that I saw the tombstone of the potato guy. And yeah, he was a pharmacist or something. Had nothing to do with farming potatoes. It's a beautiful cemetery, though. That's where Oscar Wilde and many other famous people have their final resting place. Quite a famous cemetery in France, in Paris. I have have 4 more stitches to go with this color, I think. Let me have a look. Double checking. 1, 2. Oh, that one's done. No, that isn't done. So 4 more stitches of this color. Nikki says, I'm just wondering, what do people get charged for customs? We don't get custom charges in the US, really? Things are much easier over there, isn't it? I mean, your DMCs are super cheap and you don't get charged with customs. Then it's probably not that bad with shipping though. Because if you have the cost of the kids plus custom, taxes and shipping as well, that's pretty brutal. 3042. So Nikki can go ahead and order the extra large kit. Go for it. You know you wanna. Oh, Natalia, yes, you should visit the cemetery. It's really pretty, actually. It's not scary at all. Sometimes you think cemetery is kind of slightly, kind of a little bit spooky. But it's a beautiful place. It's like a park with graves around. That's it. Uh-huh. Yeah, but Carla, I think we're paying custom anyway before or after Brexit. I think we just get charged everywhere. It's just the way it is. Like if you buy, like Apple products over here, we just get charged a whole bunch of VAT and God knows what. That's just how we roll. Two more here. One, two, three, four. One more. The last one of this color. Yay. You see the picture coming together. And I am going to tuck in somewhere, maybe down here. Normally I try to find similar color stitches to tuck in, but sometimes it's not always possible. Then I would just pick a nearest stitch. Let me see, do I want to save this? Embed 3042. Lovely. Next color. Next one has got 28 stitches. Adri says, I won't be able to stitch tonight. I'm exhausted. Yes, you can, Adri. Just bring out that stitching project of yours and just start moving your hands. That's it. It's not like you need to run a marathon. No, I understand, yes. But maybe you're going to feel more energetic after a few, a spot of stitching. Oh, Carla, you're in Diamond Art Club. So she says, I don't pay tax with Diamond Art Club is including in US, and I pay tax if I buy fabric from Haid, also US. Do they not tax you because you were so Diamond Art Club? Is that the club from Gecko Rouge? I know they've got some sort of VIP membership or something like that, Go membership or something, where you pay monthly membership fee and you collect some sort of credit. And then when you collect enough credit, you can buy any kit you want for some sort of discount. 961. Here we go. Lovely pink. Betty says 309 pound is to US. Yeah, you can do a conversion. I don't know what the conversion currency exchange right now. I think it should be still under $500. I think I haven't checked for a long time, but Suzanne is very tired, so she put her stitching away. Well, considering you do like, hundreds and a couple of thousands of stitches a day, I'm sure you're pretty exhausted. What is your stitch count today, may I ask? Please shock us. I'm sitting down, okay? It's okay. You can shock me. I'm unshockable, knowing how many fast stitches in the chat every day. Grace says, I have an appointment, so I need to leave for now. I managed to get in 100 stitches and hate to leave because I'm in the group. Yes, well done. Well done. 100 stitches, it's not a small fee. And so Grace, enjoy your appointment. Thanks for dropping by and come back again and stitch another 100. Enjoy your day. Enjoy the rest of the day. Whatever you're doing. Bye-bye to Grace. Bye, Carrie. Enjoy your day. It's great to see you. Ooh, it's a heart shape forming. Can you see that? How exciting. Oh, Suzanne says, I didn't do as much today. I don't believe you, Suzanne. She says, I finished the tower on my bridge. I think that was about 150 stitches. And I did my temperature stitching, which is about 200. I think it's about 195. Tonight, oh, on top of the ones you've done already. So if you do a quick math here, 100, 300, 400, nearly 500. And it's just a casual day for you, is it, Susan? It's like that, is it? All right, all right. If that's how you want to play, I get it. I get it. 500 is just like, oh, I'm so tired. I just can't, can't be bothered. Normally I do like, 3 times as many, but today I'm gonna just take it easy. Okay. Okay, I get it. I get it. So that's how Suzanne rolls. Just a casual day of stitching, 500 stitches. And where am I? Here. Nikki, you did 500. Since when? Since the session started. My goodness. Suzanne says, get the violin out. I have chronic pain. I wasn't doing very well today at all. That's why I only stitch about 500. Yes. Only 500 today for Suzanne. Suzanne says, of course, in the next half an hour, I'll probably perk up. She's just warmed up. Suzanne has just warmed up. They were thinking she was like about to lie down. No, this is just a warm up exercise for her. Absolutely shocking. Tracy's back. Welcome back, Tracy. Sarah says, I've done a very confetti heavy 309. Well, confetti, and when it comes to confetti, even 100 is a bit of a fight sometimes. 309 is amazing. When it comes to confetti, we're practically crawling sometimes. 1 stitch at a time, 3 stitches back. It's a heart shape. That is so pretty. Nikki, Nikki says I'm done with cross stitching today. About to get ready for CrossFit. Go for it, Nikki. I know, Suzanne, isn't it pretty? I mean, this is so magical, about this way of stitching because you're just focusing on random stitches everywhere. And before you know it, it start to take shape and you can start to see the outline of things emerging. Family fabric. It's so nice. It's always a nice surprise. One, two, here. Tracy says, I'm back and brought my stitching into my computer room so I can hear the chat working on beach commerce, bounty, hate. Wow, I'm not familiar with the piece. I'd love to see it. If you post it on the group, on our group. There you go. Thinking how I'm going to take this cross. I might take it over actually. Should be fine. This bit is so exciting. Two. So as you were doing sort of color completion and kind of, cross country-ish kind of way of stitching, you're focusing on where the next stitch is. So a lot of times well, at least I can only speak for myself, that I'm not even aware of while I'm stitching until I kind of stop and look back and realize what I'm actually stitching on the fabric. There. Going to end the thread. Oh, so it's Amy Stewart. Lovely. Oh, Amy Stewart is just definitely everybody's favorite. I'm yet to come across someone that hasn't got a piece of from Amy Stewart. Everybody's got at least one piece, I think. These two. 961. 961. I'm going to grab two strands here. Such a pretty pink. 961. Two strands. I've got 6 more stitches of this color to go. Oh, Jay. Well, as soon as I said what I said, Jay says, I haven't got any Amy Stewart. We've got to change that, Jay. We can't allow this to happen. There's someone on the chat that does not have an Amy Stewart piece. But there's a new one that's coming out with cats. So that would be one temptation that you cannot resist. Oh, color as well. Very naughty color. You need to get like at least one ASAP. Lisa says, just looked at, oh, Beachcombers Bounty. Oh, is it? Let's have a look then. Let's have a little googly thing. I'm curious too. Let me bring that up. Amy Stewart. What is it called? Beachcombers. She's got so many pieces. Just not enough time of life to stitch everything. Bounty. Amy Stewart. Let's have a look. See if, oh my! Oh, I have seen this piece. Hang on. Let's have a look. It's this one. I have seen this one being stitched by somebody. Let me bring it up. I have seen this one. Yes. I've seen it. I can't remember who was stitching it. This is the one. Very pretty. And what size are you working on? Oh, Tracy is on 25%. That is a lot. How big is the piece? Is it regular? And is it max color or mini? That's very pretty though. That's very Amy Stewart. I've seen this piece before. I just didn't know the name. Very nice. Very nice. And what fabric count are you working? Are you working this piece on? And I can imagine that piece probably has a lot of confetti because there's a lot of kind of quite subtle color transition that I can see. The last one, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, the last stitch of this color. The heart is taking shape. Very happy. And nice 6-1. Pop it back. beautiful. So Tracy's doing it on the regular chart and on 20 counts. Lovely. So she's doing it for a friend who owns a beach house. Wow, is it going to go on their wall? That would be very, very appropriate. Very nice. Very pretty. 3722. 3722. And I hope your friends are very, I hope your friend is very patient, because it will probably take a little while before it's completed. River, which piece have you finished by Cara Machete? Why is everybody finishing pieces? That shouldn't be happening. Stop it, everyone. It's such an alien experience, I think. Like finishing a piece. How does that feel like? Tracy says, yes, it's confetti heavy. The design is about 4 feet. Oh my God, 4 feet by 3/4 feet on 20 count. I know. If it's on 20 counts, it's got to be quite massive. So Carla's got a piece from SAL. I have another SAL. Astrology cat. Oh, anything with cats is got to be a nice piece. It's got to be nice. I think the regular SAL is just too stressful for me because all the deadlines and everything. I'm just not a speed stitcher like all of you. One up here. So pretty, oh my God. And I'm going to take it down here. Oh, have you got a photo in the group? Lovely. Natalia says finishing big project is a little bittersweet for me. I can imagine. I was talking about it because if stitching, the experience is like eating delicious cookies. By the time you finish your cookies, you're going to feel sad. You're going to have to look for another bag of cookies. At least I would, you know? So stitching is all about, at that moment, how much I enjoy the experience. Because once it's done, what do? You don't just sit there and go, I'm done now. You go and find another project and start again. Wouldn't you? And also it's like saying goodbye to a friend. You know, if you work on something for a long time, when you're done, you have to say You know, I'm going to send you off to hang on the wall or give it to someone, or maybe goes into a drawer if you're not hanging it in the house. It's a little bit sad. And this is precisely why I haven't got any finished pieces, guys. This is the reason. Because I don't want to feel sad. Well, and I'm slow, okay? And I have about 20 whips. Okay. But I don't want to feel sad. I don't want to say goodbye to these beautiful pieces. Oh, Carla, have you posted something then? Let's have a little look. We can all dip in and out of these beautiful pieces to appreciate the work of everyone. Hang on a mo. Let me tuck this one in. Let me have a check. Oh my God, that's so pretty. Come and look, everyone. Now, look at that. It's just how amazing these pieces, once they're done, they practically look like paintings. That is so pretty. It's like the other piece of two ladies stitching. I'll bring that up in a bit. To be honest, if you didn't tell me, just showed me the pictures, I would have thought it was either a poster or a painting. That's beautiful, Carla. How long did it take you? It's beautiful. But let me find that piece that was done here. A beautiful painting. Oh, this piece. Yes. Look at that. You wouldn't know that's cross-stitching. It's being stitched. It looks like a painting or just a picture. That's so beautiful. But it probably just shows how well these charts were made by heaven and earth. You know, there's no discrepancy of these ones. I bet if you look at the original artwork, it was probably painting of some sort. It will probably look identical to this one. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. That's really nice. There's some really beautiful pieces here. Post it on our group. And this is Adri's handiwork. It's nice to have a little bit of a variety here. That's beautiful. That's such an interesting thing to do because the color of the threads kind of just changes. And, you know, every single piece would be different. Depends on who stitches it, I bet, even with the same pattern. That's beautiful, Adri. That's really nice. Very nice, everyone. Oh, and I saw this piece as well, The Raven. It's by, if I can pronounce the name, Esmeralda van der Linden. I try my best, everyone. Sincere apologies. But the fabric is so beautiful. So clearly there's some sort of hand dye situation there to make it look antique-y. It's so lovely. Oh, so many beautiful pieces here. $11 months. Wow. That's all worth it though. It's beautiful. Would be nice to have something finished and framed, maybe smaller pieces. I mean, to be honest, if I have finished a regular size height, I wouldn't have anywhere to hang it, to be honest. Well, maybe I can find a wall, but it would be, it would take up a lot of space. But a smaller piece would be nice. Maybe a mini. A mini would be nice. Mini on 25 counts or something, or 28 counts. Will look quite intricate. 73722. Quite fancy a piece of chocolate, actually. I think it's chocolate time. Sorry about the noises. The chocolate wrapper, my usual. Cheers, everyone. Lovely jubbly. 3722. Power snack or power stitcher. 3722. This beautiful color here. Oops. Too heavy. This book. And I've got 26 stitches remaining for this color. So do you generally wash the piece before you frame them? Does it make the stitches more even or anything like that? Let me go onwards. Let me have another piece. Carla says she was a little bit sad at the end, but now she look at the photos. It's amazing. It's beautiful. So intricate. Absolutely beautiful. And it's really nice. I think if you frame it and you can look at it from time to time, it's quite nice because it's there serving a purpose. But with a lot of large pieces, most people probably wouldn't be able to frame all of them. Then where do they go? They go into the drawers, wouldn't they? And that makes me a little bit sad. I don't know. If you're lucky enough to finish really big pieces. Yeah, that would be a good question for Nikki, right? Because Nikki finished that beautiful piece. It looks quite large. So are you going to frame the piece? Or are you going to hang it in the house? It would be nice if you could find the space. I am going to end this right here before I move it to another location. Oh, so you wash and iron before framing. Wow. One day maybe I'll experience that. Or I can just wash my fabric just for the sake of it. But some people wash the fabric before they finish. They finish it. I've seen it. Komari did that because some pieces take years to do, and probably collect some sort of dirt or dust. And she actually has a video of her washing the piece before it was finished, which is very interesting. One there, and another one. 1, 2 on top. Okay. So there's one here. Two down here. Those two are done. Trying to find my way here. These 3 are done. Why didn't I mark them? Okay. Now I've got these 3 here. 15. There's a little stitch up there as well. Let me do that one first. Natalia says, time for bed. It's great to see you today, Natalia. Have a sweet dream. 99.99. So, Carla, you're intending to frame all the pieces. That's good. So they have a home. Yeah, because I think cross-stitching is different from, knitting, for instance. Knitting, there's kind of a functional purpose to it. You create something that you can use. And with pieces like this, you literally, it's a little bit like painting. If you don't frame them in any way, then essentially there's nowhere else for them to go other than the drawers. And that'll be a little bit sad. Whereas if you knit like a scarf or a hat, you can just use the end product. Great, he says, Ursula, go to bed, bye-bye. Yes, night-night, well done. You're 1 hour ahead of me, so you've done well tonight. And have a sweet dream. Sweet dream. And I'll see if I can keep going till midnight over here, which is about half an hour away. I still have a little bit of energy left in the tank for a little bit of power stitching. 4 more. 11. Hang on. Suzanne says I'm dozing off. I'll go. I'll go while I'm sleepy. Yeah, go to bed. Go to bed. You guys are past midnight now, so well done. Well done, everyone. And whereas this guys in the States, in Canada, it's still broad daylight. How good is that? Night night, Suzanne. Sweet dreams. Oh, the heart shape is here. It's official. It is here. And I've got 10 more to go with this color. Let's have a look. 1, 2. One, two, 1, 2. This is so pretty. You need to remember to mark them. 3 more of this color. There you go. Three, 7, 2, 2. 3, 7, 2, 2. Pop it back. And I'm going to go for one more color. Why not? Oh, beautiful blue. Let's see. 161. 161. There. The great thing about 14 counts is the fact that because it takes up a lot more real estate on the fabric, you just feel like you've completed more. So in terms of stitch counts, it may not be massive in number, but it just feels like you've covered a lot more space, which you have. And remember to mark them as I move forward. It's a small amount of, I wouldn't say confetti, but just kind of blends of colors. as you go up with the stitch numbers, each color, kind of getting closer and closer to flying. It's a fun way of doing it. I just love these colors. And this is a royal blue with a quite slightly earthy tone to it. Got 13 more to go. This color. And then with this stitch, I'm going to end it because it's getting quite short. I know it is color. It's just different shades. All these blues are different shades. There's a blend of green and teal. It's just so beautiful. So for the final 10 stitches, I'm going to introduce a new thread. 161. Joyce, you're doing well? It's past midnight over there. Joy says, I'm not going to finish this tower, but I reached 1% on dry flower. That's amazing. Because last time when you posted your web, you've got about 3 towers finished. 1% is no small fee. Well done, my love. You're probably going to stitch faster than me. You're going to go, I think for a dry flower, I'm still firmly single digit. Or am I 2 digit? I can't remember. Somewhere there. But then I've been working on it for quite a while. For months now. So your speed is pretty amazing. And make sure when you have a moment, you can do it tomorrow. Post your whip on the group. I'd love to see it. Joy says, I love how it looks and it's nice. Gentle stitch. Thank you for introducing this pattern. Oh, my pleasure. It's a beautiful piece, isn't it? And so many pieces are kind of underrated, kind of hidden gems, because a lot of people probably find patterns through watching floss tubes, you know, like this. And I think a lot of people, well, because there are a lot of really great pieces, a lot of people stitching. And, you know, I think the end result is more people stitching those popular pieces. But there are a lot of beautiful, beautiful pieces that are totally hidden. So I'm very happy to introduce that piece to you guys. So great choice, great choice. It's beautiful, beautiful design there. Yeah, 1% is amazing. I mean, Joyce has got a main piece going on there, so this is a complete side gig. And she only started like last week, barely. So that's really fast. Not that we're trying to be, you know, speed stitchers, but it's always nice when we see completion. Of a percentage or a page or even a block. It's rewarding. And I've got 2 more stitches to go for tonight, and I'll reveal how many the grand total oh, the number of stitches I've done. It's a shocker every night, isn't it? It's just like, ta-da! 10 stitches. Well done, Yogi. I think I'm slightly above 10 stitches tonight. I like to think. And I'm going to tuck this thread under and give you a summary. Oh yes, Joyce, go to bed, your beauty sleep. And hope you enjoyed today's session. And have a sweet dream, my darling. 161. Nine two Joyce. She's done well. It's past midnight over where she is. It's nearly 1 o'clock over there. Well done. So I finished my last stitch here. So let me just quickly show you what I've done today. So today I started, so this is the upper left corner of this piece. Let me just bring up the full markup. If you haven't seen it, it's absolutely whimsical and beautiful and warm and romantic. So I'm starting from upper left there. So this piece actually has a built-in border around it, like a frame. And I kind of started from upper left here and work the second chunk 6 blocks at a time and slowly filling in the frame area. So my strategy is to kind of hop back and forth between the frames, which could be, you know, slight, I wouldn't say boring, but you probably get fatigued with a lot of really pale colors around the frame, and then hop back to somewhere that's more, it's got more going on there, back and forth. And so this is what I've done. I fill in this area in the beginning of the session, and I've got 1 more color to go. So when I'm ready to come back to this block, literally, I can just pick that final color and just start filling in all the unstitched area. I don't even need to look at the pattern, which is really, really fun way of doing it. And also I moved down here and started filling this area. Look at this beautiful heart shape here, taking shape here, and this beautiful red kind of borders here, kind of ribbon within the piece. And I'm really happy with this. I love the tone of it. And so today, let me show you my progress here. So let me bring up the app. So here, why don't I turn it sideways here? Okay, so it's a little bit bigger. So you can actually see its entirety. So from here, this area is the second part I've been working on. Let me unhighlight that. And so this is the totality of the entire piece here. Whoops, I just marked that. So it's a mini piece and not bad. Currently, I'm on, if you look at the bottom upper left there, 3.47. So in the beginning of today's session, I think it was just slightly over 3%. So I made I moved forward about, I would say just under half percentage. So I'm very, very happy with that. In terms of the number of the stitches I have completed, 260. So that's my regular speed, slightly above. So I'm very, very happy. And oh, Rajal, good night, night night. And thank you for joining us. I hope you enjoy the session. And I'm wrapping up here as well. So that's my progress today. Very, very happy. And let me just bring it back to this view here. So I'll continue to work on it for the next few SALs. And I've got a dry flowers piece to work on as well. And who knows, I'm even thinking about introducing maybe another design from Kim as well. You know, you can never be too ambitious. So so I have a few pieces switch back and forth on Saturdays, Wednesdays. So if you'd like to join us for the next session, then just go and pick one of the patterns from Kim Jacobs from Heaven and Earth. And you can pick any piece. You can do it on any fabric count, any, stitch style, full cross, 10 stitches, whatever you want. And just come and join us. And even if you're not doing SALs, you're most welcome to bring your own project and join us to stitch. I'm here every day streaming and chatting with you and stitch with you. So hopefully tomorrow we'll come back with a different piece. I have no idea which piece I'm going to be working on. As usual, I'll make the last minute decision. It will be a surprise to me and a surprise to you. Thank you, Steve. Thank you for your company as well. I hope you enjoy your session as well. And let me just go through the chat here. Joyce has gone to bed. And Tracy says, I think I need to do that too. All the pale grey, pink, purple, brown in the top right corner. So Tracy's doing the same piece here, but on a different fabric count. Oh, on the sewing room. She's working on the sewing room. Exactly. I think you need to have a strategy. There's no need to just trying to charge forward, relying on willpower. We're here to enjoy every stitch. So if you can divide and conquer, and just enjoy the process, and that would be, that's what we're here for. And Sarah, thank you. Sarah says, great progress today. Looking so pretty. I know. I can't wait for the main room portion to happen. Once I get through a little bit of the frames. I was thinking about totally bypassing the frames and just start stitching the center section. But I think, that's probably pushing a little bit far. So I like to go back and forth and just start to fill them in whenever I'm in the right move for the right part of the piece. And Tracy says, night Yogi, and everyone on the chat. Thank you, Tracy, for your company, and I hope you enjoyed the session. And Carla as well. Good night, Carla. And Lisa as well. Night everyone. So from here in peaceful London, Yogi is going to sign out. And so night everyone. Good night. I'll see you in the next session. Bye. Bye, Tracy, as well. Everyone, 2 Tracys. Oh, the same Tracy, sorry. 99. Bye.